Welcome back to a new episode of Getting Grandmaster with Terran. Our first opponent is going to be Ratata, the player formerly known as Vanya. And he is usually a Zerg player, now he's playing as Terran. Now, one thing I like to do against Terran players that aren't really Terrans is that you play a build that makes no sense, because they already have no clue what to do in general. So what you can do is make the game even dumber by playing something that makes zero sense. So I'm gonna play this TVT like it is a TVP, because TVP is my best matchup by far. And I figured if I just play exactly like how I do there, then what can really go wrong? And well, I guess we'll figure it out. So I'm just gonna open up with a 3 Rex here, reactor first, get a bunch of Marines out, and hopefully capable of defending his pressure if he decides to do some type of pressure. I also could just open up with a standard build order. He's like 5-2, he's not actually that great with Terran, but we'll get him, that's for sure. Okay, send this one into the refinery. And get the base over here. And we should be all set, basically. Okay, still Terran. I'm gonna check another time later to make sure he's still Terran. Always want to be sure. I won't scout either, because I'm not gonna change my plan anyway. And if you're not planning on changing your plan, then it doesn't really matter. Like no matter what I know, I'm gonna open up with a reactor first here. And get a CC down here on the low ground. So our SV was nice in the middle. We get as little gas as possible, because the main limiting factor in this build order is going to be minerals. So the more minerals we get, the better. And one of the greatest way to get more minerals, obviously, is by what do you call it? Is by pulling out a gas and having maximum saturation on your base the entire time through. So we get Marine over here. The guy that builds the depot builds the 3rd barracks. You can play this build in every matchup, by the way. It is usually not recommended to play this in TVT, but I mean, I'm getting away with it, and so should you then. Like, if I can do it, then most people should be capable of doing it. Okay, first 2 Marines are out right now. I actually want to kill that thing. Do I want to get a bunker? I think getting a bunker actually would not be a luxury, but would just be a good play at this point. Yeah, it probably would be the correct call. We're gonna have 6 Marines by the time that bunker finishes, which is a pretty large amount of Marines. We can keep 2 on the high ground, 2 in the bunker, and then 2 in the middle. So those can then react to anything that will happen. So you guys go over here, and we keep 2 in the middle. Then we should be absolutely set for life.
Not enough minerals.
These guys go in here. Now we have a really good defensive setup, but we also have a pretty decent setup for a push later on. And the main reason why I think this build might actually be semi-viable in this matchup is because no one expects it. So if they're very afraid, and they're even too afraid to scout, which many people obviously are, with like a Reaper or something like that, you can get in a situation where you have a crap ton of Marines, like an actual crap ton of Marines, and your opponent comes in with like some weird amount of factory units, and you just absolutely blast them, and then maybe you can even go in for a counter attack, you know, like that's kind of the plan here. We'll get an eBay right now, get a factory as well over here. So yeah, I mean, I don't really care about this too much. If I would have lost it, that would have been annoying, but I managed to keep it alive. I might be walking into a supply box soon, so I'm actually going to throw down a depot drop. It's not how it's supposed to be, but also not the end of the world. And now we're going to start doing stupid things. So we have 18 Marines already. We're going to continue moving in with these Marines. Start +1. Whoop.
Not enough energy. Not enough minerals.
And we'll get a starport here.
Not enough minerals.
I wish I had a scan, so I could scan forward and then just jump in like a complete baboon. You think I can go in? Snipe that tank? He's gonna be so spicy. Oh, this guy's a complete idiot. I just went in there. Oh my god, I'm the ultimate sniper. The ultimate sniper. Now you could say that was awful, but we did get a tank and a Raven and a Cyclone. We lost some units for it. But because we're playing a very tempo-based style, this is actually completely fine. Like, we're not here to take cost-efficient trades. We're here to take trades in which we take out important units of his. And because we're going to have Stim and all the stuff like that so much faster than him, yeah, I think we're going to be in a good spot here. I love that snipe. That was such a big snipe. I'm a huge fan of how I did that. Yeah, and genuinely killing that Raven is big because it might allow us to really get some damage done right now. Also the Cyclone. It's going to be harder for him to deal with drops. That's for sure. Hop, these two go into medevacs. Very fast now. Oh, I'm loving the way I'm playing this, honestly. I really am loving this. Oh, then I want +1. Okay, yeah, that's being researched. And then these two are gonna go in the next two medevacs, and we're kind of gonna, like I said, we're just playing this like it's an absolute TVP, and that's fine because our TVP is very good.
Ready for dust off. Go, go, go! SCV ready.
It's a little bit slow with the response now.
Understood. SCV ready. Go, go, go!
Not enough.
SCV ready.
Hop. Managed to get some stuff down there. I mean, we're just in a really good spot. I want more Marauders, by the way. Because this is too much like a TVT without tanks at this point. We have a lot of supply left over. Do we want a fort base already? I think we might just care. Yeah, actually, let's just do that. No? Let's just straight up do that. Let's just get a fort base immediately.
Add-on.
Oh my god, he's stuck. Ah, that's life as well.
Not enough.
You know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. He has 0/0 upgrades. I do have +1. So I'm just gonna check what he's doing. He's gonna spread some of these across the map as well, so if he ever decides to move out. Very similar to how you would play in a TVP here. And we'll go into a push into his natural, obviously.
Your forces are under attack.
Meow. Gonna kill that Raven. Yep, we do. Get 3 more barracks here. And we might just go into Ghost. Well, like Ghost actually might be completely useless. EMP the medevacs though. And the Ravens. I don't know. I'll consider it. No, wait, we said BCs. We're gonna go into BCs from here. That's definitely gonna be the play. Uh-oh. Ah, I'm out of boosters.
Picking up. SCV ready. SCV ready. Somebody, get me out of this mess.
Your forces are under
Ready for
attack.
dust off.
Not enough.
Uh-oh, he's coming for me. Yep, walk into my mines, mate. Look at that, look at that. Mines are so good and very underrated.
Mineral field. Not enough.
More Marauders. Gonna kill this thing as well now. Up, there's one more mine. In the middle of the pack, Hoppa! Dude, he got completely owned. Man, who knew that Marine Marauder mine was actually good in this matchup? I did. Oh, he has a lot of units. Nah, we should be fine. We're only gonna get orbitals as well because we're in complete map control. And I think now might be the time that we start adding some starports. So we add 2 to start with.
Not enough.
Gonna get
minerals.
+2 armor as well. This one should move here.
Upgrade.
And we'll get one of these. We'll get a 3rd one.
Ready for dust off. Where's the emergency?
Up. Does he even have upgrades yet? Don't think he actually does. He's trying to target down. Oh, that didn't go too well, that fight.
Upgrade complete. Mineral field depleted. Not enough energy. Not enough energy.
Go, go, go! This better be good. It's go time.
Need to be very careful. These are gonna turn into tech lab starports. Come on, you also need to unload. Unfortunate, my friend. Burrow a mine over here.
Forces are under
Ready for
attack.
dust off.
You want a piece of me, boy?
There we go.
Add on.
And here's the mine. Here's the bait. Here's the bait. Here's the bait. Yeah. Poof. Brilliant. It always works. It's such a broken mechanic, honestly.
Minerals.
We're kind of not only supply blocked, but also ready to start building our new units, which are of course going to be
Not enough energy.
battle cruisers. And then once the BCs are out, he should be in a world of trouble. We'll get +3 going as well. We have 2 BCs on the way already. We should be getting more probably at some point.
Mineral field.
Want more mines. I think mines really are the future here.
Mineral field depleted.
Oh, we build one more of these. We get +2 air weapons. Every single time I've scanned so far, I just go straight in after. Just kill this thing and kill every single unit that he has. Especially Vikings I want to get rid of now. Or do I not care too much about it? Oh, nice little mine shot. Hoppa! No chance for our good friend Vanya here, getting absolutely outplayed. Yeah, this is a classic TVP builder, and like I said, he just gets too surprised, has no clue what to do. Get a very clean win at that point, so that's beautiful. It's going to be game number 1. Let's see if we can try again. Oof. This time we have Jeff, eh? He's another Terran, I believe. Yep. Now, against this guy, I've played him before.
Not enough.
I struggled with him before. But back then, I hadn't quite seen the light yet. I wasn't aware that you could play 3 Rex in this matchup. So we're just going to do that again. I've become a true one-trick pony, by the way. Like, this build works in every matchup. Against every level opponent up until, like, I think 5.6, 5.7k MMR. At least I can make it work above that yet. I can in TVP, but not in TVT. In TVZ, you can also make it work. The build's just really good, honestly. It is just a very powerful build order.
Not enough minerals.
You have so many units so quick. You have a very good eco. Your follow-up is fast as well. I can show you guys a variation. I know all of you are very interested right now in this variation of mine. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll show you a variation. So far we've seen the pure marine push into more marines and then marauders. But you can also start with a pure marine push and then go into tank. So this is what you kind of would do in TVZ. Makes it interesting. I'm going to play some music here. Give me those sweet StarCraft sounds. I always wonder how the guy must feel that made the StarCraft music, you know? So many people listen to his music again and again, and the game doesn't really feel like the game unless you play it with the music. Like, the music is
Not enough minerals.
a very important aspect of this. What is he doing? Did he see the straight reactor? Oh god.
Not enough minerals.
This spells doom for me, I feel like. And I'm not talking about the ugly shooter game.
Command
Doom.
center
Ugh.
complete.
I once had a workshop, and I think it was called Game Maker, and they showed us Doom, that it was possible to make Doom with the Game Maker. And all I could just think of at that point was, why would anyone want to make Doom in Game Maker? I ended up making Pac-Man, if I recall correctly, but I had more fun. But the unit collision didn't work. So it was a very mediocre version of Pac-Man. I could just walk through the walls, and I don't think I could die. But I could eat all the balls and then progress on to the next level. After that brief run-in with what essentially was something like coding, I decided that this will not be my future. And instead I will play the video games. I also thought for a while of becoming a game reviewer. But then I realized that I don't like any games except for RTS games. So it would be me going over the newest, like GTA 6 or something like this. Like, all right, guys, today we have GTA 6. Not a whole lot of strategy involved. The macro part is slightly too easy. And once again, it's not an RTS. I'll give this 2 stars for the decent graphics. I feel like there's no real future in there, but perhaps I'm wrong.
Add-on complete.
If anyone wants me to start doing game reviews in that fashion, then of course feel free to put in a request and we'll communicate it to the head office.
Add-on
Y-
complete.
You will hear back from us soon. Okay, we have a bunch of marines out. I wonder if he's extra. I forgot to build a bunker, by the way. This was not a decision, you know? Sometimes I make decisions to be greedy, but this was not a decision. The decision was made before this game to start telling a mediocre story, to distract myself from not only my highly mediocre life,
Not enough.
but also from this game. Okay, we have a factory here. No, actually, I want a factory first. Oh, right, I was going to show you guys the build. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Not enough minerals.
So basically, it's the exact same opener, and nothing changes, except when our factory finishes building its reactor for the starport, we swap it with one of the barracks on a tech lab. Then we start producing tanks from there. This is what Maru did against Rogue in the DreamHack season finals on Curious Minds. I thought it was a brilliant piece of StarCraft. Maru in that series was absolutely unleashed, by the way. If you haven't seen that yet, then that is a hard recommendation out of me. Which is the strongest form of recommendation you can get.
Not enough. Research complete. Research complete.
Okay, there's a tank back there, which means that I have a feeling we should not be going in. I'm gonna build the CC in position
Not enough minerals.
or on position.
Not enough minerals.
Not sure. You always need to pass these guys because their final trip, they just steal minerals and then they die with the minerals in hand. I wish there was more of a co-op feel there where the minerals then would drop and then SCV could pick it up and deliver the last load to the CC. I think that would be cool. Actually, that's a balance change that would definitely buff the Terran early game a little bit. It's like one of these hidden... Oh, no, wait. What did I say? This is what I said. Okay, so... Am I actually completely supply block again? Oh, yes, sir, I am. Oh, good lord, I'm supply block here. I kind of want to get rid of some of these units. Because I'm so extremely supply blocked. Pretend like I take a good trade. I'm just gonna float these over here, by the way. Like, this looks stupid, but
Additional supply depots.
it's also quite stupid. I'm gonna send one slightly forward, so if there's a tank, he's gonna shoot at that one first. That's the entire plan here. God. My tank production is so late right now. Did I only build one depot? I am actually bad at this game. God, I suck. So when he tries to move out, this is the play. He moves out, and he'll try to do that at some point, because he'll need to.
Not enough
Um,
energy.
And once he does that,
Minerals.
I'm gonna go into his main base with my drops. You know what I mean?
Ready for dust off.
SCV ready. Gangway coming. SCV ready.
Command center upgrade.
And this one's gonna go into the natural. So we have... This is a setup, hey?
SCV ready. Go, go, go. Yes, sir. Let's rock. Once. SCV ready.
Okay, so we're killing stuff here. We're killing this base. And now these are gonna go into the natural as well.
On my way. Somebody, get me out of
And I killed the base. This is a build. Tell me this isn't a build and I'll tell you you're lying. Because this is a darn good build order. Now we can get a fort base as well. And we get our 3 extra barracks again.
Somebody, get me out of this
We don't actually have a whole lot of units, I do have to admit that.
Not enough energy.
Oh, we have a bunch of units in our main. I completely forgot about those guys. How interesting.
Pick up.
Hoppa. They call me the maneuver man, because I make so many maneuvers. It's not a great name, but it's better than not having a name, so I stuck with it. What can I say? Come here, my friend. I have a surprise for you. Ooh, the surprise is me losing all my marines for free. Not a very good surprise, I have to admit.
Not enough minerals.
If I can stop this tech lab from doing the research that it wants to be doing, it would be a relatively big deal. These are all gonna come in as well right now. I think... GG! This build actually felt really good. I'm not gonna lie. The entire plan of just luring him out of his main base and at the same time dropping in the main, dropping in the natural, it all just matches up so perfectly. If I didn't get supply block, this second drop could have had 2 tanks, by the way. So this drop should have had 2 tanks and 8 marines. And this drop should have been 16 marines. So it's lacking like 6 marines and a tank in total. Something like that. But I mean, we still get the CC. We kill everything. We get in the main base. We kill some workers there. And then the 4th base. Yeah, you could say maybe first eBay and armory. Second factory might even be a necessity. But it was a very clean game. Kind of owning in TVT, honestly. Ever since I figured out this build this morning. 5-6, 7-6. Which means we're about to hit 5-7. And once we hit 5-7... we're only 300 MMR away from 6k. And that is kind of the end goal. Once we reach 6k, I should be almost capable of beating my own Terran. Or beating my own Protoss. You know, every 10 games or so. And that is what I signed up for. The only problem here is that I suck too hard against Zerg. But it is Curious Mind.
Not enough minerals.
This is actually the most broken build order. Like, because it's very brain dead in the early game. And then in the mid game, you just start dropping like an idiot. You do a lot of damage most of the time, and then you just leverage your win from there. He good lucks. We give him a fun.
Not enough minerals.
If he says GG, we'll tell him to leave. Out. Great minds think alike.
Additional supply depots.
I feel like I should have left there. If he can read my mind like this, if I'm this predictable, even when I'm on a barcode. That is crazy. I can't believe that happened. Alright. Build order. It's gonna be really easy once again. I'm truly looking forward to this. And this is gonna be the location, by the way, where we're gonna send our tanks. So it's like, you look at the map and you think of a location where you want to send your tanks, and then you send your tanks to that location. Oh, I forgot that I had this guy there. I was gonna send an SCV down, but I don't need to. I have another plan, by the way. So it starts by building 2 marines. We have like slight variations against the different races with this build order, but at the end of the day, they're all the same. So with my first 6 marines, I'm going to try to snipe an overlord. That's the first plan. This is brilliant because it's very frustrating for your opponent. It isn't a huge deal, but it's a big mental blow, which is the only thing that we really care about is, you know, giving some mental damage to our opponent. Because then if we get him again later on the ladder, he will be easier to beat. That is... Okay, maybe we can get this. Don't think we can, actually. Oh.
Not enough minerals.
I feel like he's gonna...
Not enough minerals.
He's gonna send in more links, no? Or no? Good defense, though. Are we still ballsy enough to send these Marines across the map to go kill an Overlord, is the question now. I mean, the chance that he gets very fast speed with this is definitely there. Like, there is a decent chance. It's also possible he goes into roaches from here. All of these things, ideally, I'm not on the map. We're gonna stay home. AKA, I'm saying that I do not have the balls. I said what I said. I thought I did, but I'm just too afraid here. And I think it's fine to be afraid every now and again.
Complete.
I want this thing. And we're actually gonna get our first depot on the low ground as well. We're gonna start this wall ASAP. So when we actually do end up moving out with all of our Marines, that we're going to be fine.
Not enough minerals.
Now, he isn't aware of the fact that I'm playing 3 Rex. He might know that I went reactor first, but he doesn't know of the follow-up. It's important. I don't know how many Marines I'm gonna get, because that early game did leave me a little bit broke at times. The entire early game. Like, I have no money now. Skipping the bunker, which is normal. You don't really get bunkers against Zerg. If your build requires a bunker against Zerg, it's usually not that great of a build. I want one more depot, but you can see already I'm kind of struggling affording everything. I want to get an eBay and a factory like a minute ago, well, not a minute ago, like 15 seconds ago. We're gonna wait for these 2 Marines. Then we'll start moving out. 19 Marines. We're gonna hit at a good timing, I hope. We send this over here, and did I already start a factory? Yep. So then we can also start this one.
Not enough.
If he hadn't started the factory yet, I would have been a little bit more careful. Would have waited maybe even a little bit.
Enough minerals.
But
Research complete.
here we go. Yeah, a lot of links. This went just right for him, I think. Can I kill that? Did end up killing that. It's not the end of the world, but it also wasn't super perfect. I think he built a lot of links, so he must have been pretty low in the worker count. On the third base at this point as well. Fourth base. If we could be getting a fourth base right now, this would be one hell of a build order. You can also, by the way, this is a variation on the build. Look at this. This is not very popular, and I just made this up. But you can potentially play this. We'll do this rather than the tank build. I was gonna play tanks, but then I decided against it.
Unacceptable landing zone.
What? Oh, he busted. I wasn't paying attention at all.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Oh my god, if I was paying attention to the low ground, I saw something happen on the low ground, and I remember thinking, what is the worst thing that can really happen? Like, is it going to be more important than me swapping my add-ons? Yeah, well, it was more important. He had 31 workers. It really was more important than me swapping my add-ons. Yeah, if I just would have stimmed and ran away, rather than eating 3 Bane hits to the face. So I was messing with my add-ons. I saw it on the minimap, I was like, it's probably just links. And then I saw my supply drop. That truly caught my attention. When you lose 15 supply while you're only supposed to be going up, you kind of start wondering what went wrong. Yeah, this was a 100% win after this early game. Frustrating, but the way of the world. You can see you can make mistakes with this build order. Now we didn't even get to see the cool follow-up that I had planned. So we're going to try to get another Zerg. I think we might be capable of getting it. I think it's the same Zerg player here.
Not enough minerals. Not enough
I would not like it. But we'll figure it out real fast.
Not enough
I think it's the same Zerg. I didn't see what his MMR was, but I'm pretty sure now. I am pretty certain. Okay. Russian smiles. Ah yeah, that is the Russians. They never make the eyes. They just have the chin in their emotes.
Not enough minerals.
C. That is French for yes, so that's a truly confusing now. He sees the Russian smile, the French yes. And then we ask him in German how he's doing. Immer geradeaus. Oh, yes. I think that means keep going straight. That's what they would tell the Germans in the Second World War if they would ask the directions, because the Netherlands was occupied. You tell them to keep going straight forever, no matter what they asked. It's a type of resistance as well. There's a word for it that I can't quite remember at the moment.
Command center upgrade. Not enough minerals.
Silent resistance, something like that. Malicious compliance. Is that what it is? I think it might be. Malicious compliance. Except it's not really complying, so it's not quite malicious compliance.
Not enough minerals.
But then again, it is malicious. It's what it is. Maybe I can get this guy. No, I don't think I can. He just sent this overlord straight across the map. No one respects my 2-racks. That's the issue. Or maybe none of them actually respect 2-racks whatsoever. I don't like that. My 2-racks is something to be thinking of on a daily basis. I want to know where his 3rd base is this time around, actually. Well, do I care? Yeah, actually I do. I really do care. This one's gonna get here. Hop, hop, hop. Okay, so we have 6 right now. Now we're going for the move. We hope that he doesn't see us. So we're gonna go on the side. I'm not sure if he has vision there exactly. I think he might just barely not have vision. Okay, I killed 2 links for free. Maybe I can get a...
Center upgrade complete.
an overlord. So that's the dream, of course, that you get an overlord.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
At least figure out where his 3rd base is. Not sure if his 3rd base is there or if he is just there, you know? There's a difference, of course. Like, the queens can just be there for banter,
Not enough.
not actually be doing anything useful with their lives. Spreading more creep, ruining the beautiful environment here on Hardwire.
Not enough minerals. Not enough.
That's pollution of a kind as well. Okay, Mule needs to stop moving.
Additional supply depots required.
You've been disabled, my friend.
Not
Okay.
enough minerals.
This one, he has one more trip in him, I think. Right? Yeah, and now we can stop him from moving.
Not enough.
We're actually getting there. Oh, we probably should have been moving out a while ago already. It is what it is.
Not enough minerals.
Here we go. So once again, we have our... This time we're going to put them on the ramp, our follow-up units. Don't like what happened last time around.
Complete.
Can actually cut some marines as well, so I can get a faster CC. I hope his base is over here. I think it might just be.
Base is under attack. Not enough minerals.
Roaches? That's a lot of roaches as well. There's a non-okay amount of roaches. Let me tell you that much. think I might just be winning now. I mean, this wasn't quite it, my friend. I feel like this even was ridiculously good for me.
Upgrade.
I should have already been building that. Some mistakes were made. I'll have to admit it.
Base is under attack.
It's not the cleanest thing I've done in my entire life. I was just gonna keep going. He's once again just all-inning me, no? How did he actually get through? That's kind of surprising. I must have really messed something up there. Siege tanks can be built right now. Can follow us up with 2 extra barracks as well. We could have gone into mech from here. I've seen people do that sometimes. It's really bad, but I mean, it doesn't really matter whether things are bad or good. It's about them being fun. And I think going into mech from here would have actually been really fun. It also wouldn't completely surprise me if my opponent here decides to go into Ling from here. So he did like a roach push, then he goes into Ling Muda. This is something that's really common for whatever reason. I thought I built 2 more barracks here, matey. I really thought I did.
Not enough minerals.
Odd. Just so odd. Can't believe I messed that up. This one's gonna go high ground.
Ready for dust off. Talk to me.
Add-on complete.
Some of these guys. A couple of Marines should be rallied there. Yeah, it really wouldn't surprise me if he transitions out of roaches. He has a nice creep spread as well, huh? And our plan now is to just start... yeah, that's a lot of Ling. Anyway, it's also a lot of roaches.
I did.
We're just gonna drop mines at this point. That's the entire play here. I've really been getting better at this build order. Okay, do we have this almost? We almost do have it. So hup, we now have 4 mines. And because they can burrow quickly, and because he's already low eco, this could be a very big deal. Like, actually a very big deal. I think he's actually gonna try to all-in me here.
Research.
I should be going home, shouldn't I?
Not enough minerals.
So maybe we can hold this at least. So we have one side that's being held.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. Mineral field not.
We did a lot of damage, didn't we?
Mineral field. Your forces are under attack.
I lost all of my workers though. So he also did a fair amount of damage. We have a fort.
Talk to me.
Mineral field.
I don't know if I'm winning or not. Don't think I am. I have way too many units in production here.
Forces are under attack.
Okay, well, we did one more shot, which is nice. I feel like we're just gonna go again, no? I'm afraid actually of burrowed roaches here.
Somebody, get me out of this mess. Ready for dust off.
Oh, that would have been sick. I think he's actually transitioning though, huh? Out of the roaches. Need more marines. Just gonna push across the map, I think. Up onto this fort base. Okay, we have that thing.
Not enough
These are gonna go here. And this one can still drop a single mine, like in the natural or something like that. Do we have enough workers already? I don't think we do.
Mineral field depleted.
Somebody get me out of this mess.
I'm losing? Am I actually losing? I actually am losing, I think. That was not good. We have +3 on the way, which is nice. Kind of want to split my army, don't I? So we send like a couple of units over here, together with 2 medevacs. The rest of the boys goes over here.
Complete. Mineral field depleted.
Good lord, that wasn't great.
Mineral field depleted. Upgrade complete.
Is he actually gonna go? I think going right now for him would be a
Add-on complete.
relatively big error.
Ready for dust off.
Add-on complete.
Oh my god, I accidentally forgot to micro my unit.
Base is under attack.
Marines are gonna be microed back. GG, yeah. 96 supply left for my friend. Lots of supply left for me. Look at that unit lost step. 18k down. Or 6k down, 18k against 12. Nice. Man, we really showed these people today who the king is, and it's not them. Whew. 5-6, 69. So I think did we gain MMR today? We must have, right? Yeah, we won 3 games and we lost 1. And they were all decent opponents. Nice. All right, that's going to be it for today. I hope you all had a great time. If you did, don't forget to like button, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully we'll see you all next time for a new video. If you want to see more Terran action, then that's rough because it's once a week, if even. Bye-bye. Subscribe and like and stuff.